Before I start this video, I'd like to say that every single person used in this video or related to in this video will be anonymous because it's fairer. And this subject is pretty sensitive, so yeah. From an outsider's perspective, self-harm is growing, and that's not good. I have spoken to people who are self-harming, and I've tried as hard as possible to get them to stop. And I've given them advice, and I thought it would be nice to make a video because then more people will hopefully see it. As a person who's been affected by self-harming, I know for a fact that it's tough. It's tough and it's addictive. Some people are addicted to smoking, some people are addicted to gambling, some people are addicted to self-harm. And those numbers are growing. Personally, I have self-harmed. Twice. I didn't have the courage to carry on. It's brave to do it, but it's also much braver to quit. A year or so ago, I went through a change. I moved from my mother's house to my grandmother's house, for reasons I won't get into. I couldn't speak to anyone about it because I was worried that people won't listen to me. For the most part, I felt alone. I felt worried. I was terrified. Missing someone is the worst. Missing someone is awful. Trust me, I know. I fell into a form of depression. And depression is one of those things that is so hard to get out of. You feel worthless and you feel alone. I wanted to speak to people, but I was scared. I haven't really spoken to anyone about this before, so it's kind of a relief to talk about it now. But I cut for the first time, and it hurt. It really hurt. I was so scared, but it eased pain, and it was the sort of thing that made you want to do it again. But I was scared because I heard people getting really seriously hurt, and in the news there was deaths going on because of this. I felt guilty, but I felt big because I was doing it. But I felt weak as well at the same time, which is a strange balance. I wanted to do it a few days later on, but I was so scared. But in the end I did it, and it hurt even more. So I panicked. In the end, I got out of the situation. I found myself a hobby, something to take my mind off it. In this case, it was photography. Music helped a lot too. I listened to a lot of songs with meaningful lyrics and songs that helped me get by. I then stopped altogether, and I was me again. But without telling someone, you limit the chances of you really getting by, in my opinion. Because you pile all the pressure on yourself and all the sadness and all the guilt on yourself, and that's a heavy weight to carry. You wish you could just hug someone tightly and blurt out all your problems and just hold them so tightly and just tell them how you feel. But again, you're worried that they won't listen. Please listen to me, trust me. There are people out there to listen. Things will get tougher if you carry on. It may not seem like it now, but things will get better if you stop. I know it's easier said than done. From the people I spoke to, one girl told me about a relationship she had, and I was amazed at the ignorance and horrible attitude that her boyfriend had, and I was appalled at what she told me. And I thought, well, how low can you get? If you're calling someone fat and like saying it's a joke when deep down you really mean it or whatever, then that means that you really aren't doing your job. You're not really being loyal and loving. That relationship broke down, and I'm not surprised if there's one person that's being mean and nasty and horrible. Even if it was a joke, just think about what you say before you say it. Words hurt. I've said this billions of times. It's so true. Don't get me wrong. Some relationships can be a breeze, but some breakups are a bit like poison. They leave you feeling really low and just terrible. If your boyfriend or girlfriend is teasing you about your weight or appearance, then just talk to them about it. Tell them to stop. If they had the heart, they would do it. Never be afraid to talk to someone, and never be afraid to stop. Another thing that cropped up was bullying, which is, in my opinion, by far the biggest culprit of them all in this situation. Remember, there is people in this life that will be mean to you, that will knock you down, that will just try and make your life a misery. What matters is that you're happy. There are people that will laugh at you because in their eyes you're not perfect, you're not beautiful, you're not them, or because you're different in their eyes. People will judge you all the time, but you know what? They don't matter. What matters is that you're you, and that's something that they'll never ever be. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Everyone has qualities. One of the best qualities to have is trust. Trusting yourself not to change. Why change? Why change for them? You're you. Nobody can be you. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, blonde, brunette, ginger, albino, anything. You're you, and you're amazing, and you're beautiful, and you are you. Nobody can be you apart from you. Better move along with this actually. Life can scar you mentally. A blade can harm you physically. Self-belief and confidence can take the pain away. Trust me. There's nothing wrong with being self-confident, but there's nothing wrong with being sad every now and again. But smiling is something that brings everything into colour. There's obviously going to be people who don't understand the situation, who point and laugh at self-harmers because they don't understand the pain that they go through. They don't know what it's like to deal with that pain. Bullies are just cowards who want to be heard. Ignore them. Think of all the things you like. Think of food, think of music, think of your nan, think of anything that makes you smile. The point I'm trying to make here is that they're not worth the time. What matters is that you're happy, that you're safe, and that you're you. You is good. You is amazing. That's a bit illiterate, but it's true. If you have any issues or anything, then please let me know and I will try and do my best to help you. I'm not the best person at talking, but I do try to get some sense into what I'm saying. If you want me to make more videos like this, talking about my feelings on important matters such as this, then please let me know, because I will do it. I will do them, and thank you for watching. Goodbye, and be yourself.